Arthur owner of the Black Titanic. Hit that like button, share and subscribe. Remember, eagles flies with eagles. All right now, hit the like button, share and subscribe. This is Arthur Omer, and remember, truly, I'm witnesses Malcolm X speech when he talks about how the black woman is the most disrespected, the most unprotected species in the world. Here it is, Carlos King is the executive producer of the show. He's sitting up there crying over an abuser. He act like Martell is the victim when yet Martell is the abuser. Even in Upscale magazine, the same thing, that Martell Hoax was a survivor. Oh my God.
As Muslims, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect our women and to protect our women. And the only time a Muslim really gets real violent is when someone goes to molest his woman.
Yeah, so yeah, the black woman is so unprotected.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And as Muslims, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect our women and to protect our women.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Whatever happened. Let's just listen to this, you guys. Just listen. I'm going to tune y'all in. Because this is not right for this man to sit up and make this man out of a victim, sit up here crying. When you have a black mother that he has, it's a single mother because of him.
Very concerned about you. I'm concerned about you because I feel like at one point you had this great art. And I think you're so angry. I think you feel like you have to put up this facade a bit tough. Now, Andy Cohen, honey, could I...
Now, this is, sorry, y'all, this coming from Dish Nation, but this is just absolutely bull crap. Just bull crap. Let's just listen to this.
I'm concerned about you because I feel like at one point you had this great art. And I think you're so angry.
He sat up there crying when you got and ignoring the real victim is right next to him, which is the black woman. The black woman is the most unprotected, says Malcolm X. The black woman is the least thought about. She is a victim. The real victim is sitting next to him. I have never seen Carlos shed a tear for this woman. And none of those people on that stage have shed a tear for the real victim on that stage, which is Melody. This woman has been left with kids that she had to clothe and feed. And yet this man right here that he's sitting up there crying over, bullied her because she had to work to take care of her kids. This man that he's sitting up here crying over is just get downright angry because this woman has to go out and work. And his anger is not because she's working. His anger is because she is successful. He wants all the praise, you know. He's a narcissist. He wants all that praise for himself and all that glory. It was okay when she was making money for him. He was out pimping his own wife for coleslaw, taking money out of his household, giving it to coleslaw. Carlos is an advocate for this bully, you guys. He is an advocate for this abuser. He's sitting up there trying to make us feel sorry for this abuser. Carlos, I don't know what kind of attachment you got to this man, but it's downright sad and it's downright weird that you up here crying over a man. All Carlos' respect goes to the abusers, which is Martell. All Carlos' understanding and empathy is for Martell, the abuser. Yet you got this black woman sitting over there with 4 kids now. 4 kids, 4 mouths she has to feed. Not one tear has been shed for this black woman. No tears for the black woman. No tears. Not one emotional outburst for this black woman on this stage for any of them. At the end of the day, she end up hurt. She's the one hurt at the end of the day, and I don't care how much she tried to bring him over, try to co-parent with this man. At the end of it, she's still the one that get hurt. At the end of it, she's still the one that get harassed, you guys. And at the end of it, she's the one has to deal with all the pain that he put her through. No tears for the black woman. Yeah. And then this same man that he's sitting up there praising and crying over teaches his children that their mom is their rivalry. Time after time, we see how this man has coached his children in a negative light against their own mother. He has tried to damage this lady in every way he can. Yet, he is the victim. Let me run it again, you guys. This is coming from Dish Nation. This is important.
I think you feel like you have to put up this facade a bit tough. Now, Andy Cohen, honey, could have...
This is Dish Nation. Now, a bit tough, a bit massage, a bit tough. Why are you making up excuses for this man? Why are you making up excuses for this bully, Carlos? Carlos trying to reinvent. He's trying to reinvent this man's image. But it's okay, Carlos, because we recognize what you're trying to do. You're praising his behavior. This is unhealthy advice that you're giving to us. Speaking to us as if this was a great man. Shoving in all this image. Oh yeah, you know, you're a broken man. Oh, you're a broken man. You're hurt. You're hurting.
Take a look. I'm very concerned about you. I'm concerned about you because I feel like at one point you had this great heart. And I think you're so angry.
Cry me a river of tears. Cry me a river of tears for this abuser over here. But no tears for the black woman. What standards are you holding this man to? You got him in so high regards. Oh, you just an angry man. I just feel like you've been hurt. Oh boy. So what we're gonna do? Celebrate? We're gonna celebrate this man's greatness because that's what he wants us to do. That's why he downplayed his wife. That he left with 4 children to feed. He downplayed her. Every last one of these people on this stage, he convinced that this woman has a dark heart. That this woman is a demon. Yeah, Mel is a demon. Mel has a great heart. And then be careful. Be careful. If Mel says she's sorry, because she has a negative motive behind it. So he's an advocate for this bully. Let's keep going.
I think you feel like you have to put up this facade a bit tough. Now, Andy Cohen, honey,
take it back. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Anyway, you guys, this is some crazy stuff. This is crazy. This is crazy.
I'm concerned about you because I feel like at one point you had this great heart. And I think
Did y'all hear that? I feel at one point that you had this great heart. Tell me when. What great heart? What great heart did he have? Only great heart he have is for himself, Carlos. All this empathy that you got is for this abuser, Martell. No tears for the black woman. Cry me a river of tears. Cry me a river of affection. Cry me a river for the survivor over there who is Martell. Yep. He's not responsible. He's not emotional mature. No, he's not. He's not emotional mature. He's not irresponsible for his behavior. Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. This is just too much for me to bear. This is just sickening. Just making my stomach sick. Just making my stomach sick.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And as Muslims, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect our women and to protect our women. And the only time a Muslim...
So cry me a river of tears. No tears for the black woman. So we're going to take it out in a bang. Since Carlos and the Scots want to humiliate black women, and since Carlos wants to brag about how his show is the #1 show for going down for disrespecting black women, we're going to have a blackout.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And as Muslims, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect our women and to protect our women.
So we should have a blackout, you guys. Blackout for this third reunion. The third one, we are not going to watch it till later on, okay? We will not give Carlos all these views. Let me tell y'all something. We have to do this, ladies. We have to black out for this third reunion. Love you, Melody, but this is for women. This is for all women. This is for the black family. And these Scots, they need to be off that show. They got to come off that show. Destiny and those Scots, all of them need to be off that show. Blackout, blackout, blackout. What you are about to hear is never told in history book. This is the Devil's Punchbowl located in North Charles, Mississippi. Right after the Civil War, our ancestors have fought and helped America out. But we were thrown into concentration camp. This is the Devil's Punchbowl.
As the Civil War drew to a close, thus legitimately free individuals and escapees alike were captured and held in contraband camps, so named because as commodities, they were considered contraband by Union troops who had no qualms about perpetrating slavery for their own benefit. 3 such camps existed in the Devil's Punchbowl area of Natchez. A massive exodus of former slaves from southern plantations trekked northward in hopes of reaching a location of true freedom. But embittered soldiers, resentful that the people considered property were now free, had other plans. Researcher Paula Westbrook, who has extensively studied Devil's Punchbowl, noted, when the slaves were released from the plantations during the occupation, they overran Natchez, and the population went from about 10,000 to 120,000 overnight. Unable to grapple with an instant population swell, the city turned to Union troops still lingering after the war to devise a merciless, impenitent solution. So they decided to build an encampment for them at Devil's Punchbowl which they walled off and wouldn't let them out. Former director of Natchez City Cemetery, Don Estes, explained, Devil's Punchbowl is so named for a cavernous bowl-shaped gulch walled off by treetop cliffs. It was the perfect place in the heart of nature for the army to enslave people and carry out their regime of torture. The men were forced to undergo heavy labor throughout the day while the women and children were simply locked up behind the walls. Every slave man, woman, and child was starved and kept in the worst of hygiene conditions. The slaves died of torture by starvation and exhaustion. After the slaves were dead, the soldiers kept their bodies to rot inside the camps. They never cleared or buried the bodies. Instead, they provided inmates with shovels to bury their slave brothers and sisters inside the camp. They were told to bury them where they dropped. Such conditions, along with the camp's location and climate of the region, contributed to the outbreak of several diseases that infected and killed the slaves. One of the major diseases contributing to the fatality was smallpox. Estes said of the concentration camp prisoners, they were begging to get out. Turn me loose and I'll go home back to the plantation, anywhere but there. Locals say human skeletons occasionally wash free from the location in times of heavy rains and flooding. Wild peach trees now dot the basin where human beings who believed they finally won freedom from slavery were tortured and died, and these peach trees are believed to be fertilized by their bodies. Like so much about the history of the United States, sadistic acts perpetrated by officials acting on behalf of the government have been deceitfully downplayed to lessen shame and facilitate collective memory loss. Whatever the full truth about Devil's Punchbowl, it's a veritable guarantee no history book will be honest or thorough enough to shed light on the excruciating conditions similar to Nazi concentration camps. This is the Devil's Punchbowl.
Black problem.
Yes, you guys, we were, yes, here I am. Yeah. America had its own concentration camp, but yet they concentrate on the Jews that was in Germany. But right here in the United States, Black America was thrown into the Devil's Punch Bowl. Yes, a big old hole. They just put us down there and let us die. And our ancestors begged and begged to let us go, let us be free. But they didn't. They died right down there in that hole.